was basically tricked into the position. I quit my job. God made a way. He looked out for me. I'm real thankful, real blessed. So I can get all this footage. Y'all, I'm excited. Like, this camera, I'm ready to go for the new year. Like, I just wanted to do like a little kiki and catch up with y'all real quick before we go into the new year. What can I say? Please recognize I'm trying, baby. I feel Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shar, and we back with another video. We just gonna hop right in. So I was actually sitting here working on my mood board for 2025. Since 2024 is coming to an end, I might as well get my little desktop situated for my computer. I don't really do like a vision board anymore like I previously did. I usually do like a mood board just to kind of switch up my desktop, and I also do a prayer board. I didn't do a new one this year. I'm still working on what I have from last year. I will link that up here if you're interested in how to make a prayer board. I do have a video on my channel how I made the one I made last year. I'm going to keep rolling into that for this year. I do want to update it a little bit when we do like the background stuff like that, so I may do that. We'll see. But since the year is coming to an end, I just kind of want to do like a little wrap up. There has been lots of updates and things that have taken place within the last few months. I haven't really vlogged the last 2 months. I didn't finish out Vlogtober. I didn't vlog in November or December. I did upload 2 videos, but I did not actually like vlog. So there have been lots of changes. So I just wanted to do like a little kiki and catch up with y'all real quick before we go into the new year and start 2025 brand new. So first things first, I want to talk to y'all about my job situation. I quit my job. So we're going to go down a rabbit hole with all that happened and why I ended up quitting my job. I did get a new job that I started at the beginning of December. We going to hop right into that. So I'm not going to say where I was working at just for like safety reasons and stuff like that, but I did leave. I did quit my job. I did give them a 2 weeks notice, but y'all know I was doing FMLA and short-term disability benefits. So few things happened at that job. First things first, y'all know this time last year I got promoted to short-term disability, and I took that role and I was basically lied to. I was basically tricked into the position. So originally when the position for short-term disability for maternity and binding became open, I shadowed with one of the girls that did the job, and I'm like, okay, this isn't bad. I was told that I would get my pay increase, and I would also get my merit. So usually with the job, if you're promoted towards the end of the year, you don't get a merit for next year because it's usually included within your raise that you get. So usually you can kind of offer for a higher amount to make sure that you have that, you know, a little bit included in that, right? So I went through the interview and everything, got the job. HR sent me the message like, hey, they're going to offer you the job. They told me the pay rate, and I counter offered it. They denied my counter offer for what they offered me, and I was talking to them, and they ended up telling me that because I would have technically been doing FMLA for an entire year, basically, that I would still be considered for my merit come March. I'm like, okay, cool. I talked to my manager. She said the same thing. I'm like, all right, cool. I accept it for the most part based off of that. March rolls around, time for merit. I get an email saying that I don't get merit because I was promoted. So I go to my manager. She was like, no, you're supposed to get it. And then she goes to her manager, and they're like, no, you don't get merit because it was included in your promotion. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I was told. So I went through my team messages from when I was chatting with the HR lady. I'm like, I have the screenshots of when I was told this information. I'm like, I also had the same conversation with my manager, and the big manager, she was like, I sent her the screenshots, and she basically told me that there's nothing that she can do, that she can't give me my merit because it was included, da 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 da. So she basically told me, like, if you want to take it to her manager, she can set up another call, but she's probably going to tell you the same thing. And, you know, I was like, I was pissed because I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I shouldn't have to fight this hard for something that was told to me, and I have the proof that it was told to me. So I'm like, you know what? I just let it go. I'm like, whatever. You know, the merit is not really that much anyway, but it's something that was owed to me. So, you know, I just let that go. I'm like, you know what? It just is what it is. I'm not going to fester on it. So that was the first thing that happened. Then, while I'm in the position, you know, the specific position that I was doing with maternity and binding, it's like a 2-person job. So 2 people are supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be me and another girl. So the girl that I was working with, she got promoted to another department, so she ended up leaving, and they brought in a new hire, brand new. Disability is a hard thing to learn when you don't know anything about FMLA or disability. So she came in and she had to learn both FMLA and disability since she was doing disability. I'm like, I don't know why y'all hired somebody brand new off the street to do that, because that's a lot to learn for somebody. But yeah, that did not go good. I think they kept her on for 7, 8 months, I want to say. And she was not getting it. She was not catching on, like, at all. Everything she did every single day was wrong, and it would really, like, piss me off every single day. Like, I was complaining because I did a good portion of her training, so I know, like, I know I taught you this, and I know I'm a really good teacher, and I make detailed notes of how to do things, detailed steps. So I gave her my notes. So I'm like, there's no way you should not know how to do this. And then as I'm telling you how to do certain things, why are you not updating your own notes so that it makes sense to you? Like, yeah, I give you my notes. My notes make sense to me, but they may not necessarily make all the most sense to you. So you should be updating it accordingly. Like, I use OneNote so you can kind of go in and you can update, add in extra details that you need. Like, okay, this, that, third, and the third, whatever the case may be. But, like, she would ask constantly the same questions over and over and over and over and over again. And it would piss me off because I don't mind answering questions. But if you ask me the same question every other day, I'm like, okay, 1, you're not updating your notes. 2, you're not looking at your notes. 3, you know you asked me this question yesterday. Why are you not scrolling up through our messages in Teams to see what exactly you asked, you know, and what the answer was? So I was complaining, like, probably like once a month. So doing the job, it takes a good 6 months to get acclimated, right? So that you know what you're doing like 100% of the time. But you shouldn't be stuck on the same thing. 6 months in, all she knew how to do was a brand new claim. Like, first coming in, you send out the initial notices. That's all she knew how to do, and she didn't even know how to do that 100% accurate. We couldn't have her approve claims. We couldn't have her do anything because she would mess them up so bad, and I had to go back and fix them because they would be messed up so bad. Like, until I left, she probably got fired in August maybe, and up until I left in November, I was still fixing mistakes from stuff that she messed up. So that tells you about that. And with her, they drew out her termination. Like, the company that I work for, it's a super hard company to get fired from. The write-ups and everything like that, because they want to make sure that they don't get sued for wrong termination, I guess, or whatever. Like, it's a super hard process to go through and actually be fired from the company. But eventually, she finally got, like, her last write-up, and they ended up letting her go. But they actually lied to me about how they let her go. So I thought she got let go for a final write-up for not doing her job, right? Come to find out, I found out like 2.5 months later that they actually fired her for staffing needs to go ahead and get rid of her. So they basically, when they fired for staffing needs, they eliminated her position. So my job went from a 2-person job to now it's a 1-person job. So her position was gone, and they didn't tell me the position was like. I just kept asking, okay, when are you gonna hire for this? When are you gonna hire for this? And they was like, oh, we're waiting. We haven't got the authority to fill the position yet. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So in the midst of all that as well, our other disability rep, he had got promoted to a disability rep too. And so one of the girls from FMLA took their position. She was in that position for a little bit. She didn't have a dedicated mentor. So I kind of helped do some of her training, but I couldn't fully train her because I'm not fully disability trained, because all I did was maternity and bonding. So she didn't really have a dedicated mentor. She ended up quitting a couple of weeks into her training because her training was just, it was chaos. Like, she really didn't have anybody to like strictly help her. I couldn't really help her because I was swamped with work, because my 2-person job became a 1-person job, which it was always, once the girl came over, it basically turned into a 1-person job because she didn't do anything, so I was doing everything myself. It would take her all day to do one thing, so whatever. So I couldn't help her because I was so behind with work. And in the midst of that, she quit. Plus, one of the girls who would jump in and help me, she went out on her maternity leave. So we were down so many people. And so it came around, let me see, I applied for my new job in, when did I apply? Was it October? Let me see, where's my phone? I applied on October 11th. They emailed me for a phone screening on October the 23rd. I had my second virtual interview on November the 1st, and they called and offered me the job on November the 7th. I put in my 2 weeks, literally like the very last minute I can put it in. I put in my 2 weeks on November the 11th. My last day was November the 23rd, and I took the week of Thanksgiving off, and I started my new job on December the 2nd. So yeah, it's been crazy. The girl that they ended up having to hire 2 people to replace me, and in the disability spot they promoted from the FMLA team. In the midst of the people leaving, the girl quitting, them hiring to replace her, my direct manager, my team lead, she put in her 2 weeks and she left, and she went to the new company that I'm at now. And I always told her, I said, if you leave, you need to make sure you find me a job with you, because I'm coming with you. When you have a good manager, like, you stick with that manager. Like, I literally loved my team lead. Like, she was amazing. When she told me, because she was the one that told me about the job. When she texted me and told me that they had a position, I applied immediately that day. I literally went on there, filled out the application, and yeah. And I told her that I applied. I put her name down as a recommendation and everything. So when I did the interview, they asked me if I knew anyone there. I told them that I knew her or whatever, and the next morning after they called and offered me the job, she texted me talking about you got some good news to tell me? I'm like, dang, how you know already? I just got offered the position last night. So I was like, yeah, they offered me the job, and so far I'm still in training right now. I'm in training for like another 2 weeks. I do get to work with, she's not even my manager now, but I do get to work with her again. I'll still be doing FMLA stuff. It's a little bit differently. So I'm still learning how that's going to work with this job, because they do their FMLA through like a third party. So we'll see how that works. It's like a new department that they're developing for the FMLA. So I get to help spearhead that. So I put in my 2 weeks and left, and I get to work with her again. And then also my friend that I worked with at the other job, we put in our 2 weeks at the same time on the same day. And we went to the same company. We'll be working together again on the same team. So everybody in training was like, oh, you guys know each other? I'm like, yeah, we actually know each other in real life too. So it's just real funny. Everybody's like, oh, that's cute. I mean, at this job, it seems like a lot more peaceful. Everybody, like even my prior manager and everybody that I work with, they pretty much say like this job is like, it's very chill, very laid back. They are very welcoming. It seems like a more welcoming space. Like, They send us like little gifts. We've got into like cute little welcome gifts. So I'm like, that's so cute. They don't like micromanage your time or anything like that. There's no clock in, clock out for your break, for lunch. It's like you just enter your time, how much time you work for the day, you enter it at the end of the day. So we do work of 40 hours, which I'm happy for. At my last job, we worked 37 and a half hours, which I thought was just so stupid because they use work-life balance as the reason why we didn't work 40 hours, but a half an hour each day doesn't make that much of a difference. Whatever. My new job, I am still work from home, so I do still love that. What else? After I put in my 2 weeks, I sent it directly to the new manager that I had. I didn't send it to her. I didn't send it to like the other manager, like the big manager or whatever. She ended up telling her that I put in my 2 weeks, and the big manager called me like, she knew I really wasn't like that fond of her because of like the whole pay debacle that we went through. But she messaged me and then said, is my new job more pay if I don't mind? I'm like, I don't mind you asking. I'm like, yes, it is more pay. And she was like, oh, well, you can't argue with that. She basically did not ask if there was anything that they can do to keep me because, yeah, I'm getting paid more. If you're not going to offer me more pay, there's nothing you can do to keep me. And I wasn't going to stay no way because I was already over y'all and the workload. Because my workload at the old job, because it was just me doing the stuff that's supposed to be 2 people, I was like 2.5, almost 3 weeks behind in work and in decisions. We cannot be late on decisions. I was like 3 weeks late on decisions because it was just me. There's nothing I can do about it. And we wasn't allowed to work no overtime, so it was just, stuff just kept piling up and piling up. I was over it. She didn't ask if there was anything that they can do to keep me. And then my friend, they didn't even message her at all to schedule a meeting and ask if there's anything they can do to keep her. Like, so yeah. I mailed back my equipment for them, and then I got my new work equipment. It's basically the same setup, 2 monitors, a laptop. I like this setup better because at the last job I had 2 monitors, a laptop, plus a big bulky docking station that had a bunch of cords running into it so I can hook up like all the monitors and the little extra plugs into it. So it was like a little extra that sat behind it, which made it a lot on my desk. This one, I have 2 monitors, my laptop, and then one of the monitors itself is a docking station. So on the back of it is like the actual docking station. So I don't have like a additional thing sitting on my desk, which I really love. It makes my work desk look a lot cleaner. I do also have like a keyboard and an additional keyboard and mouse. I did keep my keyboard and mouse from my last job. I use that one because it's wireless. One that they sent me for my new job, it's a wired connection, and I hate too many cords, so I do still use my wireless one that I had from my last job. They didn't want that back when I shipped back equipment, so I did keep it and I still use it. So yeah, I mean, that's really it with the work stuff. I do so far really love and enjoy my new job. I'm glad that I took it. God made a way. He looked out for me. He knew I was tired at my last job, and because I didn't get my merit, God showed up and showed out with the money. Okay, gave me a nice little raise when I was making it my last job. So yeah, I'm real thankful, real blessed. I feel so happy. God did his big one, as always. Yeah, I'm at a good space. Yeah, it's been a long year. It's been a nice year. I'm just about settled with like all the past debt that I had that I was paying off. And at the beginning of this year, I moved in with my mom because I was planning on moving back here, back home for a little bit to spend time with my dad. So I've been staying with my mom the last year just so I can, you know, save money, pay off debt and things like that. I'm now at a place where I'm just about debt free. I could have been debt free a few months ago, but I was still buying stuff, you know how that goes. So I just have one more thing that I need to pay off and we'll be good to go, which I should have that paid off by the end of January. So I'm really happy. I'm really in a good space. I'm currently, as you can tell, I'm not in my orangish room. I'm currently back home visiting with my brother and my dad, where I'll be moving back to. So I've been here the last 2 weeks. I came home for Christmas. I came on the beginning of Christmas week, and I'm here through this week of New Year's, and then maybe another week before I go back. So yeah, when I get back, I'm going to be getting back in the gym, back on my health journey and all that good jazz. I have been looking at the possibility of going with some weight loss medication just to help, because I do work out, and I work out for the most part pretty consistently when I'm going to the gym, but like the weight's not coming off like I would like it to. And so with having PCOS, it's harder to lose weight anyway. So I am going to be looking more into weight loss medication. My new insurance at my new job does cover weight loss medication, whereas my old job, that insurance did not cover it at all. So once my insurance kicks in on the 1st, I will be for sure looking into that more and more and deciding what route I want to go with. I'll be talking to my doctor and things like that, so I will bring y'all along and keep y'all informed on that journey and how that's going and that progress, all the good jazz. I plan on being a lot more consistent again with YouTube. I did kind of take a break. I just needed it for my mental health, you know how that stuff goes. But yeah, we back and we finna get back vlogging. I did get a new camera so that I have no excuse not to vlog in public. So y'all know now I have the Sony ZV-1F, and although it's not a huge camera, kind of in your face, like you can tell that I'm like really vlogging in public with it, so it's not like a real discreet camera. I did get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera I got it from Sam's Club. I got it on Cyber Monday. They had it on sale. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a video about all the accessories that I got for it. So that'll be coming up here soon in the new year. So far, I'm really liking it. So we will be switching officially over to this camera for vlog. So stay tuned. And I have no excuse not to vlog in public because it's nice and small. I have the little magnetic thing on the back so I can put it on my shopping cart so I can get all this footage. Y'all, I'm excited. Like this camera, I'm ready to go for the new year. Like, that being said, merry late Christmas. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas season. Happy New Year going into the new year. I wish you lots of love and blessings all 2025. For those of you that are going into the new year missing a loved one, my condolences to you. I send out to you lots of love and prayers, and I just pray that God continues to give you the strength to make it day in and day out. And so I love you, but God loves you more. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. Please recognize I'm trying, baby.